Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. MTG Box Analysis here to take a look at Ixalan. No, not the new one, the old one here. We're going to step back 6 years, going all the way back to 2017, and see if we can get extremely lucky with this vintage box. Now, these boxes are currently going for right around $150 or so. The Ixalan set, I don't think was initially well received, nor was the backup set, Rivals of Ixalan. But this week, we're going to open up both of them and see if we can find some value in these old packs before we step into the new Ixalan. All right, so we've got 36 booster packs to go through. There are 2 uncommons valued over $1, and there are 3 cards in the set in non-foil currently valued over $10. So we have to hit all of the hits in order to make our money back on this. No pull tabs on these. We're going to have to go classic old school. And let's just see where we got. All right, so we got a Titalonia's Knight, followed by a Looming Altosaur, followed by a Queen's Agent. Then we're going to see ourselves an Opt, followed by a Blossom Dryad, an Unknown Shores. Then we're going to see a Swashbuckling, followed by Headwater Sentries, then Vanquish the Weak, followed by a Pirate Cutlass. Then we've got ourselves Stormfleet Arsonist with an Emergent Growth, with a Raging Swordtooth. Then we're going to see a Sword Point Diplomacy coming in as our rare, followed by a Standard Island and just a Vampire token in the back. All right, so the good old days when you only got 1 rare per pack and kind of hosed, I guess. So we'll just move right into pack number 2 as we've got 35 more to go. All right, so this one kicks off with a dual shop, a Legion Conquistador, Mark of the Vampire, Frenzied Raptor, followed by River Herald's Boon, Water Trap Weaver, Blinding Fog, followed by a Paladin of Bloodstained, Gilded Sentinel. Then we're going to see ourselves a Pillar of Origins. Then we've got a Stormfleet Arsonist and a Glorifier of Dusk. Then we're going to see ourselves a Shadowed Carvel coming in as our rare, not valued over $1, but we are going to see a Steadfast Armasaur coming in as our foil. Unfortunately, this foil not valued over $1, and then we are going to see ourselves a Forest and a Vampire. And I paused there for a second because while there are only 36 cards in non-foil valued over $1, there are significantly more that are in foil valued over $1, including 2 of our basic lands. So we got ourselves a Deadeye Tormentor, followed by a Rummaging Goblin. Then we're going to see ourselves a Shaper Apprentice, New Horizons, followed by an Ancient Brontodon. Then we're going to see Tishana's Wayfinder, a Prying Blade, followed by a Headstrong Brute. Then we're going to see Kinjali's Caller. Then we get a Stormfleet Pyromancer with a Raider's Wake, followed by a Dusk Legion Dreadnought. Then we're going to see a Raging Swordtooth coming in as an uncommon, followed by Admiral Beckett Brass coming in as a mythic. Admiral Beckett Brass is valued just over $1. Then we are going to see ourselves a Swamp, followed by a Merfolk token. None of the tokens in this deck are valued over $1. I did check before the opening. All right, so we got ourselves Desperate Castaways, followed by a Fire Shrine Keeper, Skyblade of the Legion. Then we're going to see a Skittering Heartstopper, followed by Pirate's Prize, Spike-tailed Ceratops, Pious Interdiction. Then we're going to see ourselves Demolish with a Grazing Whiptail. Then we're going to see Duress with a Lightning Rig Crew, Bellowing Aegisaur. Then we're going to see a Thundering Spineback, followed by a Ruin Raider coming in as our rare, with a Forest and a Dinosaur. So the 2 uncommons we're looking for, out of red, we're looking for the Otepic Huntmaster, valued just over $1, and in green, we're looking for the Raging Raptors, also valued just over $1. This is the promo card or the ad card for Rivals of Ixalan, which we'll be opening up next. There we go. All right, so we've got a Queen's Agent, followed by a Ravenous Daggertooth, Shaper Apprentice, Tishana's Wayfinder. Then we're going to see a Prying Blade again, with a Headstrong Brute, Kinjani's Collar. Then we got a Stormfleet Pyromancer, followed by a Spreading Rot, Ruthless Knave with a Raging Raptors. There we go. The one uncommon, or one of two uncommons valued over $1, with a Charging Monstrador. And then we're going to see a Dreamcaller Siren coming in as our rare, followed by a Slash of Talons coming in as just a common foil. Then we're going to see ourselves a Plains, followed by a Vampire token in the back. All right, fantastic. We finally have a card valued over $1. Actually, I think we're up to 2. All right, so this one kicks off with the Deadeye Tormentor. Then we're going to see ourselves the Sure Strike, followed by Legion's Judgment, Shaper Apprentice. Then we got ourselves a New Horizons with an Encampment Keeper and a Cobbled Wings. Then we got ourselves a Pounce, followed by a Spell Pierce with Ritual of Rejuvenation, a Wild Growth Walker. Then we're going to see a Stormfleet Aerialist, followed by Chart a Course with a Carnage Tyrant coming in. This is going to be one of 3 cards valued over $10. So fantastic to see that. Awesome. All right, and then we got ourselves a Plains and a Treasure token. All right, so now that I think we've gone through quite a few packs and we've seen a lot of the commons, I'm going to attempt to skip them, or as many as I can. I'll kind of fan through them, just so you all can kind of see what commons there are. The Ixalan set is not a very large set. So there we got Kumena's Speaker coming in as our first uncommon, Unclaimed Territory. Then we're going to see ourselves another Raging Raptors, another $1 for us. And then we're going to see Tokali Honor Guard coming in as our rare, followed by a Swamp and a Merfolk token. All right, so we've got ourselves a Nest Robber with the Diviner, an Opt, Fire Cannon Blast, Spreading Rot, Costly Plunder, the Sentries, the Chalice, the Hammer Skull, the Armorosaur, and then we're going to see a Thundering Spineback coming in as our first uncommon, followed by Emissary of Sunrise, and then we have a Foil Plains right in the middle. Okay, that was a little weird. And then behind that, we are going to see Argol's Bloodfast coming in as our rare. And that is a flip card that turns into Temple of Alkalazaz. Very cool. All right, we'll put the flip cards over there, I guess. And then we got ourselves kind of a double token here. We got a punch list, and then we have a traditional token. I guess let me make a little bit of space here. And we'll keep our flip rares up there in the corner. Now the next highest card that we're looking for after the Carnage Tyrant is the Growing Rights of Iltimok. That's valued around $13. And then we're also looking for Gishath, Sun's Avatar. That is valued at $32 in non-foil and $62 in foil. So fingers crossed. With a Vicious Conquistador coming in as our first uncommon. Then we're going to see ourselves a Rigging Runner with a Bonded Horncrest. And then we've got ourselves a Conqueror's Galleon coming in as our rare. This is going to be a flip. So let's go ahead and flip it. And that's going to be Conqueror's Foothold coming in as a flip to a land. Then we've got another punch card and a treasure. With a Rallying Roar coming in as our first uncommon. Then we're going to see Shapers of Nature, followed by a Thundering Spineback with an Arcane Adaptation coming in. This is going to be a pretty decent rare value, just over $3 for us. And then we're going to see ourselves a Mountain and a Dinosaur in the back. Dusk Legion Dreadnought as our first uncommon with a Lightning Strike, followed by a Bright Reprisal with a Legion's Landing, another good rare from the set, value just over $3. That does flip into Adanto, the First Fort. And then we've got ourselves a punch card and a Merfolk. All right, pack number 12 here, and rounding off stack number 1, a Raider's Wake, followed by a Savage Stomp. And then we're going to see ourselves a Fiery Cannonade with Root-bound crag coming in from the land cycle. Another good rare here, valued just over $4. Awesome. You know how I like my lands. Then we got ourselves a swamp and a treasure in the back. All right, 24 more packs to go, and then we'll do the MTG box analysis or some form of it. You may know I'm having some family issues this week and this month, so I'm kind of working through it, and hopefully the content I'm putting out is still of value and you guys are enjoying it, and ladies. And then we're going to see ourselves the Perilous Voyage, followed by a Raider's Wake. And then we've got ourselves a Marauding Looter with a Deep-Root Champion coming in as our rare. And then we're going to see ourselves a Raider's Wake coming in foil. Now this, in non-foil, is valued under $1, but in foil, this is valued just over $1 or 3 times as valuable as the non-foil. And then we're going to see ourselves a Plains with a treasure. And in case you're wondering where I get my prices from, I just use the TCG Player Market price because it's based upon real sales. So if people start to sell a card for less, the market price drops. So as opposed to some of the other sites, which are more, I would say, speculative in nature. All right, so our first uncommon is going to be the Wily Goblin, followed by a Raptor Hatchling, and then we're going to see an Odonto Vanguard, followed by Burning Sun's Avatar coming in as our rare. Not the Sun's Avatar that we're looking for. Again, we're looking for it's Gishath. All right, but behind that, we are going to see ourselves a Hijack coming in foil with a Mountain and a treasure. Heavily played Mountain there as I drop it to the ground. With a Duskborn Sky Marcher, then we're going to see Deep-Root Waters with a Merfolk Branchwalker, and then we're going to see the Deep-Root Champion coming in as our rare, followed by an Island and a Vampire. And if you don't recall, 6 years ago when this set came out, September 29th, 2017, there were no collector boxes and there were no set boxes. So the only way to get this was either in a booster box, it wasn't even called Draft Booster back then, or in a bundle, aka I think a fat pack back in those days. First uncommon is going to be a Navigator's Ruin, followed by a Heartless Pillage. Then we're going to see a Savage Stomp, followed by Waking Sun's Avatar. Again, another avatar here, but not the one we're looking for. And then we're going to see ourselves a Punch card and a Pirate. With the Steadfast Armasaur. Then we're going to see Drover of the Mighty, followed by Deadeye Plunders with a Goring Ceratops coming in as our rare. Dinosaurs tricking me up. Then we got the treasure and the punch card. So we got a Lightning Rig Crew with a Walk the Plank. And then we're going to see ourselves a Glorifier of Dusk with a Vanquisher's Banner. Now this is going to be another great uncommon or a great rare for us, valued almost at $5. Has dropped quite a bit though. And then we're going to see ourselves an Island and a Plant. I think I remember Vanquisher's Banner being valued over $10 at one point. I guess another card that we could be looking for is the Primal Amulet. It's going to be an artifact that's valued at almost $9. And Revelin Riches used to be one of the most valuable cards in this set, but saw some reprints and saw it on the list. So that's dropped below $9 now. All right, so we are going to see a Sleek Schooner, followed by Makeshift Munitions with Glorifier of Dusk. And we're going to see ourselves a treasure map valued just around $3. That does flip into Treasure Cove. Then we've got ourselves a punch card and a treasure. So we've seen 33% of the cards valued over $10. I really want to see at least one more big hit from this box. Always like to get 2. Heck, I'd like to see all 3. All right, so we have a Wild Growth Walker, followed by an Ixalan's Binding. Then we've got ourselves a Deathless Ancient, followed by Priest of the Waking Sun. Then we're going to see ourselves a Swamp with a Merfolk token. We're going to see ourselves a Lookout's Dispersal as our first uncommon, followed by an Azokan Archer. Then we're going to see ourselves Verdant Sun's Avatar coming in as our rare, with a Plains and a Treasure token. So lots of Sun's Avatars, but not the one we're looking for. We've got ourselves an Inspiring Cleric with a Siren Storm Tamer. Then we're going to see Drover of the Mighty with a Ripjaw Raptor coming in. Another good rare, value just over $3. Love the dinosaurs. Then we get a Swamp and a Treasure token. All right, 2 packs to go in stack number 2. No big hits in this stack yet. The Sleek Schooner, followed by Makeshift Munitions. Then we're going to see a Lurking Chupacabra with Gishoth Sun's Avatar. Very nice. So this is the card that I was talking about. This is valued at $32. Fantastic. And behind that, we're going to see a Forest and an Illusion. All right, so now we have 2 of the 3 cards valued over $10 in non-foil. So we're looking for a Growing Rites of Iltimok. And then we will have gotten every possible big hit in non-foil that we could get. Sheltering Light, followed by Tempest Caller. Then we've got ourselves a Merfolk Branchwalker, followed by an Old Growth Dryads coming in as our rare, with an Island and a Treasure. And just in case you're keeping track, we are only at 5 foils for this box. So that just kind of tells you the rarity of foils back in 2017. Dusk Legion Dreadnought coming in as our first uncommon. Cool artwork there. Then the Deadeye Plunders with an Adanto Vanguard, followed by a Deadeye Tracker coming in as our rare, with a Forest and a Treasure token. And our first uncommon is going to be a Ruthless Knave, followed by an Optech Huntmaster. So this is going to be the other uncommon valued over $1. So now we have both of them. And then we're going to see ourselves a Walk the Plank, followed by an Argul's Bloodfast coming in. And this will flip into Temple of Aklataz. Very cool. All right, and then we're going to see a plant and another punch card. The Siren Storm Tamer. Yep. All right. With an Air Elemental. Then we're going to see a Snapping Sailback with a Settle the Wreckage. I used to play with this quite a bit. It's valued at $3. Essentially, it's an instant. When they attack, you just exile everything that just came your way. So we got ourselves a Plains and a Treasure token. It's a great removal spell from white. Trove of Temptation, followed by a Raging Swordtooth. Then we're going to see ourselves Bishop of the Bloodstained, and we're going to see an Entrancing Melody coming in. Another card I used to play with in one of my control decks. Unfortunately, not valued over $1. And then we got ourselves a Treasure token and a Mountain. And we're going to see a Duskborn Sky Marcher coming in with a Deeproot Waters, Stormfleet Spy, and then we're going to see ourselves a Repeating Barrage coming in as our rare, followed by a Forest and a Merfolk. Where are all of the foils? And we're going to see ourselves a Perilous Voyage as our first uncommon, followed by a Tempest Caller. Then we've got ourselves a Merfolk Branchwalker with a Fell Flagship coming in as our rare, followed by a Sun-Crowned Hunters coming in as a foil common with a Mountain and a Pirate in the back. An Imperial Lancer, followed by a Stormfleet Aerialist, and then we're going to see ourselves a Sky Terror. Then we've got ourselves a Star of Extinction Mythic coming in. Unfortunately, not a high-value Mythic. Then we've got ourselves a Mountain and a Vampire. So I think we are up to 5 Mythics, which is pretty decent. And I bet there's probably a 6th one that I just missed or put it in the wrong stack. And then we're going to see ourselves a Wily Goblin, followed by a Vineshaper Mystic. Then we've got a Bellowing Aegisaur with Vraska Relic Seeker coming in as our rare. Very cool to see Vraska coming in. Value just over $1, but another Mythic for the stack. And then we're going to see ourselves a Punch card and a Treasure token. a Slice in Twain. Then we're going to see a Duskborn Sky Marcher with Chart a Course, followed by Herald of Secret Streams coming in as a rare. This is going to be valued over $5. Awesome. Then we've got ourselves a Mountain and a Treasure Token. So even though we're seeing a lot of the big hits, remember this box is running around $148. So it does take all of the hits to really make your money back. Kumetra's Speaker coming in as our first uncommon with a Bright Reprisal. Then we've got a Deadeye Quartermaster, followed by a Sanctum Seeker coming in as our rare with a Siren Lookout foil common in the pack. Just checking. Nope, not on the list, so not valued over $1. Then we got ourselves a Treasure and a Plains. All right, final 2 packs, and then we'll jump into the analysis. All right, and we're going to kick first uncommon, Navigator's Ruin, Ruthless Knave. Then we're going to see the Dire Fleet Captain with Captivating Crew coming in as our rare, followed by a Mountain and a Vampire. All right, final pack of OG Ixalan. What will this hold for us? All right, so we're going to see Skyblade of the Legion, followed by a Skittering Heart Stomper. Then we've got ourselves a Dual Shot with Slash of Talons, Ravenous Daggertooth, and then we're going to see Depths of Desire with a Blinding Fog, a Paladin of Bloodstained, Gilded Sentinel with Thrash of Raptors, then an Imperial Lancer. Then we've got a Stormfleet Aerialist with a River Sneak. And our rare is going to be a Thaumatic Compass coming in. It's going to hold a little bit of value for us, valued over $1, and that turns into a Spires of Orska. And then we've got ourselves just a punch card and a dinosaur at the back. So give me just a minute. I'll get everything sorted, organized, and be right back with the MTG box analysis. Let's start by comparing the cards that we saw in today's box to the cards in the set. Using this chart, we can see the cards in the set in gray, the non-foils that we pulled in green, and the foils that we saw highlighted in orange. In the non-foil space, we saw a pretty consistent distribution, with each color having between 85 and 94 cards for a variance of only 9 cards between the colors. Moving into coverage, in the non-foil space, we saw 218 unique cards out of a possible 279, giving us 78% coverage. Our highest coverage among the primary colors of Magic was in green with 86%. In the foil space, we only saw 7 unique cards for a set coverage rating of 3%. Pivoting to coverage by rarity, in today's box we saw 100% of the commons and 83% of the uncommons in non-foil. Moreover, we saw 28 of the 63 rares accounting for 44% coverage, and 6 of the 15 mythics accounting for 40% coverage. In the foil treatment, we came across 4% of the commons and 3% of the uncommons, but 0 rares and mythics. Overall, we saw 30 rares and 6 mythics in these 36 packs when we include duplication. And speaking of duplication, this box contained 131 cards repeated 306 times for a duplication rate of 58%. Before getting into the value of today's booster box, let's take a look at the current value of the set. This chart displays all 279 cards from the Ixalan set using non-foil market prices as of November 13th, 2023. Currently, the set features 3 cards valued over $10. There are also 6 cards valued between $5 and $10, and 27 cards valued between $1 and $5. The other 243 cards are currently valued under $1. The 279 cards also have a combined non-foil market value of $198.63. Now let's begin to recap the actual observed value in today's box, starting off with a look at the non-foils. This box contained 2 of the 3 top cards, including the Carnage Tyrant valued at $10.67, and the number 1 card in the set, Gishath, the Sun's Avatar, valued at $32.16. We also saw 1 card in the $5 to $10 range, and we picked up 13 other non-foils valued between $1 and $5. The other 508 non-foils in the box are currently valued less than $1. In the foil space, we saw a much different story. We only saw a single foil valued over $1, which was the Raider's Wake valued at $1.27. The other 6 foils inside of these 36 packs are valued less than $1 each. So how did this box perform? Well, the market price for this box as of November 13th is $148.39. The Ixalan booster box that we opened contained 36 packs, each with 15 cards, allowing us to see 540 cards plus tokens. The 36 tokens and 9 checklists that we saw have a combined market value of $5.68. The 28 basic lands that we pulled are valued at $2.99. The 357 commons have a total value of $19.36, and the 110 uncommons that we pulled are valued at $21.98. The 30 rares are currently valued at $41.12, and the 6 mythics are valued at $46.73. Add it all up, and the grand total for this box comes up to be $137.86 in total card market value, which is a loss of $17.68 when compared to the market price of the box. This means that it only returned 89% of the market price in card value. Now, for those of you interested in cards valued just over $2, the numbers look like this. In total, we saw 10 cards valued over $2 in this box, and they have a current combined value of $74.93. This means that those 10 cards represent 54% of the total box value. Be sure to come back on Thursday when I'll be cracking open a box of Rivals of Ixalan, and over the weekend I'll be cracking open some of the brand new Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel, and until next time, do something amazing. Get early access to videos, download the analysis for every box open on the channel, and personally DM me, just like these fine people. All by becoming a member of the channel through YouTube or over at mtgboxanalysis.com. You'll find links in the description. Until next time, do something amazing.